hiding away $300,000. I used that money to purchase a house. One day, I discovered that my mother-in-law, Arabella, had bought a house without informing me. Furious, I discussed it with my husband, but he sided with Arabella. Feeling betrayed, I vowed to seek revenge on both of them. My name is Kathy, and I married Patrick 5 years ago. Despite our busy work schedules, Patrick and I had a harmonious relationship. However, my relationship with my mother-in-law took a turn for the worse after a family meeting at her house. During the meeting, Arabella implied that as Patrick's wife, I should quit my job and become a housewife to support him. I disagreed, expressing my intention to continue working. Patrick supported my decision, but Arabella persisted with her outdated views. I kept my composure, giving a polite smile, and chose not to engage further. Despite Patrick's defense, Arabella continued making snide remarks until Patrick intervened. We left her house, and Patrick reassured me, attributing Arabella's behavior to her concern for me. Grateful for his support, I felt fortunate to be married to such a wonderful person. However, the situation escalated when Patrick suggested that Arabella move in with us after 5 years of marriage. Uncomfortable with the idea, I expressed my reluctance, and Patrick, understanding my concerns, dropped the suggestion. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, I returned home exhausted, only to find Arabella inside. Patrick had forgotten to inform me that she had a spare key. Shocked and unable to hide my surprise, I reluctantly agreed to make dinner, realizing that my relationship with Arabella was about to become even more complicated. "I've been waiting for you to come home." "Huh, Arabella, haven't you had dinner yet?" "No, I haven't." Intruding into someone's home and expecting to have dinner there. Arabella really has some nerve. Though I thought this, I couldn't just rudely send her away. "Ah, I see. Okay, I can only make something simple, is that right? Wait a minute, aren't some of the groceries missing? Did I use that much?" The contents of the fridge seemed less than when I checked yesterday. "Anything simple is fine, just hurry up, dear. I'm starving. Please wait a bit. I'll cook something quickly." So I hastily prepared dinner and served it to Arabella. "Thank you, let's see how it is." After taking a sip of the soup I made, Arabella commented, "What's this?" "It's awful." "Huh? What did she just say? Did she just call the soup I made awful?" "I said it's awful. Didn't you hear me?" "I heard right. It wasn't a misunderstanding. You're always busy with work. That's why you can only cook this kind of meal. Quit your job already and become a proper housewife." "But Patrick always says he loves the meals I cook. Thus, just him trying to please you. Can't you see that clearly?" Arabella has been resentful of me continuing to work even after getting married. She kept making snide remarks for about an hour. "Oh, I'll be coming over occasionally. Make sure you take care of the house properly." Seeming relieved after venting her frustrations, Arabella left my home in a good mood. 30 minutes later, Patrick came home. "Hey, did you give Arabella a spare key?" "Adira, I did. Why? She was suddenly in our house today. And even after I fed her, she complained about the food being awful." "Well, it's okay. These things happen." "What kind of response is that?" "She comes unannounced, ridicules the meal I prepared, and I'm supposed to just tolerate it? It's all because you gave her the spare key in the first place." When I said that, Patrick got furious and retorted, "You should have just agreed to live with Mom. I'm tired. I'm going to bed." "I don't eat dinner. Am I to blame? Was it you who agreed it was a bad idea?" The words from Patrick, whom I thought was my ally, nearly broke my heart. The next day, and the day after that too, this place is a mess. Have you even cleaned properly? These clothes are all wrinkled. It's disgraceful. Arabella came to our home every day to complain and then leave. I might have been able to endure that alone. A week after Arabella started frequenting our home, I noticed something strange. "Huh, the groceries are missing again, and the detergent I had stocked up on is gone too." Our condominium and Arabella's place are within a 10-minute walk. It's odd that groceries and daily supplies are disappearing daily. I didn't want to suspect her, but Arabella must be sneaking in and taking them. Arabella, you haven't been taking things from our house, have you? One day when Arabella came over, I gathered my courage to ask. I hoped it was just a misunderstanding. But then, oh, you found out, did you? Arabella easily confessed to taking the items. You can't just take things without asking. There are household supplies and food. What's the big deal? It's my son's house after all. It's wasteful to let food spoil, especially since you're hardly ever home because of work. How can she be so unapologetic, acting as if it's no big deal? I understand this is Patrick's home too, but still. Oh, by the way, I found out about your $300,000 savings. I used said money to buy a new house. What? What are you talking about? Don't pretend you don't know. You had saved it on your banking card, right? I was so surprised to see how much was there when I opened it. I couldn't understand what she was saying. She used my $300,000 savings to buy a house without anyone's permission. But you can withdraw with just the banking card, right? Do you know the PIN? You had the PIN written on a note, taped to your banking card, remember? I messed up. I never thought anyone would look at my banking card, so I was careless. That's right. I had tucked a note with the PIN so I wouldn't forget it. I have been wanting to live in a nicer house. This worked out perfectly. Arabella said this with a laugh as she left my house. I couldn't forgive this blatant misuse of someone's money. I told Patrick that Arabella had used the money to buy a house without permission, but he simply brushed it off. Just let Mom do what she wants. Forget about the $300,000, he said, as if it were none of his concern that such a large amount of money was used without permission. This mother and son were unbelievable. At that point, I had lost all affection for Patrick. Despite already being taken advantage of, I couldn't bear it any longer. I decided to take revenge on both of them. The next day, I invited Arabella over to confirm again if she really bought a house with my money to gather solid evidence. I secretly started the voice recorder on my mobile phone before speaking with her. You said yesterday that you used $300,000 from my banking card to buy a new house. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. I have paid the down payment, and construction has already started. Since I have your banking card, it's as good as mine. But just having the banking card doesn't mean anything. How do you plan to withdraw the money? Arabella responded with a nasty smile to my question. How? Just by pretending to be you and signing, of course. Arabella, that's a crime. It's theft, you know. Say whatever you like. Who knew you, who can't even do household chores properly, had saved up so much? At least you're useful for something. That's enough. You can have the banking card. Thank you for coming today. I wanted to punch Arabella hard and take the card back, but I restrained myself and let her leave. I managed to get evidence of Arabella taking the banking card from my house. Enjoy it while you can, Arabella. The next day, I called Arabella to lure her back to my house under the pretense of retrieving what was stolen. Arabella, you can keep the banking card. But it seems you need to verify your identity to withdraw money. I'll withdraw it for you. So, can I hold onto the banking card? Oh, I didn't know that. I'll bring it right over then, thanks. I conveyed this to Arabella over the phone. But there's absolutely no way I'm withdrawing $300,000. Besides, in this day and age, you can't withdraw such a large amount without proper identification. How foolish can she be? She's only after quick money without the slightest concern that what she's doing is a crime. After retrieving the banking card from Arabella, I immediately went to the police station. What can I do for you? Is there an accident? Yes, my mother-in-law took my banking card without permission and was trying to use it to purchase a new house. Wait, not you purchasing? No, not me. My banking card was stolen. I would like to file a report. The police took my story seriously, sensing it wasn't a trivial matter, and accepted my report. That evening, I told Patrick that I had filed a report with the police. I told the police about Arabella stealing my banking card. She might get arrested soon. What? Why would Mom get arrested by the police? Why do you understand what Arabella is doing is a serious crime? Even so, you didn't have to go to the police. Talking to you is pointless. You just say to let your mom do as she pleases. Why should I just hand over a large sum of money to that old woman? How can you call your mother-in-law an old woman like that? Just because she's my mother-in-law, does that mean she can do anything? If she tried to kill me, should I just quietly accept it? Ridiculous. I didn't save up all this time just to give it to Bella. Well, she is a damn old hag. Enough. After hearing what I said, Patrick went into his room. When he came back to the living room, he thrust divorce papers at me. I never thought you were the kind of person to say such things. Sign this. I never expected he always had such papers ready. Well, if that's how it feels, I guess it can't be helped. I was fed up with him anyway, trying to threaten me. Give it here. I'll sign it. Patrick seemed a bit surprised that I agreed to sign so readily. After signing, I showed the divorce papers to Patrick. Here, this is what you wanted, right? Yes, then I'll file these. He probably didn't want to see me anymore after that conversation. He hurriedly left the house in the middle of the night. He probably went to Arabella's house. 20 minutes later, my mobile phone rang. Hello, what do you want? It was Patrick calling. I told Mom about the police report Kathy filed. Yes, so can you withdraw the report, please? What? No way. There's no chance I'm withdrawing it. Regretting it. Fake remorse doesn't change anything. She would do the same thing again. As I thought this, Patrick called again. What now? I don't have anything else to say to you, and I was just about to go to bed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm. The caller wasn't Patrick. It was Arabella. She was crying and apologizing. But did she really think that would make everything okay? Just because you're crying and apologizing doesn't mean I'm going to forgive you. And how can you say you didn't mean any harm? You deliberately took my banking card. But I really wanted a house. I've been living in an apartment all this time. So you thought it was okay to use someone else's money for that reason? You're really despicable. Why should I give my money for such a trivial reason of yours? It's completely incomprehensible. Then you should have asked your son. My son doesn't have the money. Yes, I know. We have a dual income, but I manage the household finances. That's why when I saw the $300,000 in your banking card, I just got tempted. I see. But you understand that I understand isn't enough, right? Please reflect on your actions in prison. The money was desperately saved by me working long before I married your son. It's unthinkable to forgive just because you were tempted. I was about to hang up, but Arabella persisted. Wait. I have a request. A request? Now that's quite audacious. I told you I already paid the down payment, remember? Yes, you mentioned it. What about it? I used $100,000 I had saved up as the down payment. But I can just stop the construction now. Could you lend me the $300,000? I promise to repay it. How delusional are you? There is no way I would lend it to you. You not only stole a banking card, but also groceries and daily supplies. I don't trust you to repay. But what should I do? That's not my problem. You figure it out. But I can't get a loan at my age. That's entirely your fault for relying on someone else's money. Ask your son to take out a loan for you. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought of Arabella panicking. I've said everything there is to say. Maybe it's time to hang up the phone now. Just as I was thinking this, Patrick cut in, trying to continue the conversation. Hey, please, are you going to abandon Mom? Didn't she take care of you? Think of it as repaying a favor. You don't have to give the full amount, but help her out. Ha! She never took care of me. She always came to our house just to make snide remarks and leave. She never helped with housework despite having a spare key. On what basis are you saying she took care of me? Patrick fell silent after my retort. He said out of desperation. Perhaps he thought appealing to my emotions would persuade me to provide some assistance. Well, that's how it is. I won't be providing any assistance. Good luck. Wait, wait. I'll handle Mom's situation, and I won't trouble Kathy anymore. So please, can we reconsider the divorce? It's too late now. Arabella is more important to you than me, right? I'm truly sorry. I'll value you more from now on. You don't need to bother about me anymore. We'll be strangers by tomorrow. Enjoy your life with your beloved Arabella. I said that to Patrick and hung up the phone, thinking it would be bothersome if he called again. I turned off my mobile phone and went to bed. It seemed like Patrick didn't come home that night. They were probably consoling each other. The next morning, I took a day off from work to file the divorce papers. Now Patrick and I are strangers. Of course, whatever happens to Arabella is no longer my concern. For the 3 days until I left the house, Patrick didn't really talk to me, naturally. I didn't initiate conversation either. I planned to move back to my parents' house after leaving this one. It's an hour's commute to work from there, but still doable. As I was leaving the house I had lived in until now, Patrick said just one thing: "I'm sorry for everything up till now." Though he said that, I ignored him and walked away. It's a stark ending to a marriage that was once filled with so much love, but strangely, I don't feel sad or anything. Rather, it's refreshing to be away from such a terrible mother and son. There's no way I could forgive them after everything. They brought this on themselves by always neglecting me and defending Arabella. If Patrick had genuinely been angry with Arabella when she stole the banking card to buy a house, maybe I could have reconsidered. They both underestimated me too much. I wasn't going to let myself be constantly wronged. Now they're facing a hellish life of loan repayments. Let them work themselves to death. It's a rebellious choice after all. They're both to blame for everything. This is their retribution. I thought this while driving to my parents' house a week later. The police called to inform me that Arabella had been arrested for theft. Apparently, not living with Arabella was crucial in her arrest. If you had been living together, we might not have been able to arrest her. There could have been special circumstances due to it being theft among family members. I see. I'm glad she was arrested. Thank you. I expressed my gratitude to the police and hung up. Now Arabella will have to reflect on her crimes in prison. Just as I thought that, Patrick called. Mom has been arrested. I know. The police just called me. I can't keep paying the loan by myself now that Mom's gone. So what? You're not asking me to help again, are you? No. I mean, don't ever call me again. I said that and hung up the phone unilaterally to avoid further calls from Patrick. I blocked his number and messages. A month later, I heard something from a colleague. Hey, do you know? It might be rude to tell you this, but Patrick quit the company. Patrick and I worked at the same company, but I was in the office, and he was in the field, so we rarely saw each other. Apparently, the news about Arabella's theft and arrest had spread in the company, and Patrick felt he couldn't stay there. Of course, I didn't spread this news myself. I have no idea what happened to him afterward, but he must be struggling with the loan repayment by now. 3 years later, I got married. I met my new husband somewhere completely unrelated to my company, and he truly values me. My in-laws adore me, and I love them dearly. Finally, I might have found true happiness. I sincerely hope nothing like what happened before ever occurs again.